What's up, Facebook? Good morning. Joe Bernstein here, and I'm actually pretty fired up today. I've had a great high intensity interval class that I took this morning. Feels awesome to be awake and alive early and kicking my own physical ass, busting through all the resistance and fear, all the voices that say you should slow down, you should quit. I love that. I love putting that physical metaphor in front of my day, and I do it almost every day. But anyway, I'm fired up because I just got off the call with my first client of the day. And he's in a difficult crossroads in life. He's at a point where he's learning hardcore to trust and have faith and to move forward with less knowledge and information. He's got several things going on. One, he's a parent of a 5-year-old daughter, so he's constantly in this place of wanting to evolve and become a better parent. Two, he's in a relationship that's about 8 months old. He really cares for this woman. He's really connected to this woman, but it's his first relationship after a big divorce, I should say. And he's really still operating in fear around, do I go deeper with this woman? Do I bring her into my life more? Do I introduce her to my daughter? Or do I keep things at a distance? Or do I let go of this relationship? So he's at this big crossroad of this relationship. And he recently got a big new role in his career. He's a very successful dude. And now he's at the point where he's actually taking on this gigantic project that's stretching him. And what he's running into is he's running into this problem where he's used to controlling and doing as much as possible, and now he needs to delegate and trust purely out of necessity. So he brought up this amazing metaphor. He's the kind of guy who is always afraid of spilling milk. And here's the example he gave. He said when his 5-year-old daughter, when they're getting cereal out and they're getting ready, he has a choice. He could either trust and empower her, or he can actually go ahead and control and take over. So the choice is really simple. He lets her pour the milk, and potentially the milk goes everywhere and it spills and it's all over the place. Or he does it himself. If he does it himself, he knows the milk goes in well. He's controlling. He's making sure that it's not going to spill. If he lets his daughter do it, milk could spill, but he's giving her the chance to actually grow and to learn something and to try something and to make a mistake and to feel the emotions and to allow it to be okay. So this is a really important question. What is the fear of spilling milk costing you? Now that's a metaphor, but in this guy's life, it's costing him a deeper connection in his relationship. It's costing him the capacity to actually do and create more in his business role. It's costing him hours of work because he has days where he doesn't want to delegate, he doesn't want to give up, and he's working 12 and 14-hour days when he could and should work 5. And his actual VP, who he reports to, is telling him, you should work less and you should delegate more, you should trust more. I want you hanging out with the clients. I want you on phone calls with the CEOs and VPs of the companies that hire us, not doing all these tasks. So right now it's costing him a lot to be afraid of spilling milk. So let me tell you a little about what I do when I'm afraid to take risk. And the story that comes up for me is when I had decided I was going to leave Bose, I was going to leave my career. I had some money saved. I knew I could live off of it for about a year, but I was afraid. I was terrified that I'm going to mismanage this money. I'm going to mismanage my time, and I'm not going to create a new life. I'm not going to create a new business. And then I'll be in a worse situation than I was before, having to apply for jobs in retail with some new company. So what I do when I'm afraid and when I'm fearing failure and I'm limiting my capacity to take risk and grow is I actually look at my past history of failure. When have things fallen apart? When have I lost? I looked at times where I've been fired. I looked at a time where I actually failed a drug test for a job that I wanted. I looked at when I failed out of or didn't put any effort into my last semester at University of Maryland and had to leave that. I looked at times in my love life where I went through a breakup. I looked at times where I went for a role when I used to act and I didn't get it. And what I actually realized when I do this intellectualization of my failures is that every time it's made me a better man. Every time it's opened up the doorway, it's opened up opportunity for something new. So first thing I do is I tend to intellectualize it. I tend to look at the big picture. I tend to reframe with my mind. And the reframe is there's no such thing as failure. There's only opportunities to learn. There's only opportunities to grow. And there's only opportunities to create a great life. There's no failure, only life. But I don't want to stop at intellectualizing. We have to actualize. So the student or the consumer in life, they will stop at intellectualizing. The creator in life, the passionate man who takes life by the horns and creates what he wants, he actualizes. And how do we actualize? We actualize via action. We take that message of intellectualization, the learning, the information, we embody it through taking risk. So for me at that time, the risk was decide that this is the year that you're going to start your business and do whatever it takes to move through this year with passion, with purpose, and just go for it. And obviously I did. And now we're looking at over 4.5 years later from that point, almost 5 years from that point. And I'm still kicking. And if I just intellectualized it and I didn't actually take action and take the risk, then who knows where I'll be. But I wouldn't be where I am today. That's for sure. So for my client, the choice was as simple. Will you choose to delegate, not because you're back up against the wall and you have to, but because you want to empower someone, because you want to give them the opportunity? Will you choose to actually go deeper into your relationship so you can see what happens? You can see that you're safe. You can see that you can trust this woman. You can see that you can trust yourself in your own judgment. You can see that whatever emotions are stirred for you, your girlfriend, your daughter, all of you can handle it. You're not fragile. So that's the choice that he has. So what's the cost of spilling or being afraid of spilling milk when you could just clean it up or trust the other person won't spill it? And when something really matters, when it's time to take a risk, will you intellectualize or will you actualize? Just for today, I want to ask you to actualize. What's one thing that you can do just today to step into courage, to step into fear, to move past the idea of failure and create the life that you want? Just one thing every day will dramatically change your life over the course of 6 months or over a year. So that's what I got for you. Which will you choose, intellectualize or actualize? Will you choose that you can go ahead and actually just clean up spilled milk, or you constantly live a life where you're afraid to spill the milk? So I hope this is helpful. If it is, drop a comment or emoji, share it. Love you. Have a good day. Peace.